First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, especially given the weather, the wind, the rain, the snow, everything today. So I really appreciate it, and I know the committee does, everyone showing up tonight. And I also want to thank our guests that have come tonight, because some of them have traveled a long ways, and then we also have a guest like Bruce Blakeman, who knows and was asked to turn around today after the news that broke about him being the only candidate now for governor for Republicans. And instead of turning around, he told the national media in New York City that he was continuing on to Oneida County because he gave his word, and I think that means a lot to us. Before we get started, and I have Mr. Blakeman come up and talk, I want to say some thanks to some people, because there was a lot of work that went into this, and then when you add the added benefit of having candidates jumping in and jumping out, it makes it even a little bit more challenging. So, again, I want to slow down long enough to thank people like Tina Hemming, the vice chair of our Oneida County Committee. And I also want to thank Kim Murphy, our secretary, as well as and Judy Rowlands, our treasurer. These three ladies worked an enormous amount of work together. It really was a lot of work. I also have thanks for so many people, but I want to make sure I do it right because I think it's deserving. Christine Esposito, I want to say thank you to you. Christine actually helped Tina and the crew put this all together. The decorations you see the layout, this is all her effort. And we are sincerely grateful for her doing that. Thank you so much. You'll notice that in the bar area we have 2 tables set up. All right? And if you want to learn more about these folks, the Oneida County Republican Women's Federation has a table set up. They do great work. They're all the time looking for more ladies to help them and to get involved. And I've seen the work they do, and I'll tell you, thank God we have a group like yours, really. So if you want to learn more about what they're doing, please go up. The other table we have is a Club America table that is put on by Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk's group. And again, another really great organization that is doing so many good things. And on a personal level, I can tell you that I knew about Turning Point and what they were doing, and then our vice chair, Tina Hemming, and some other very aggressive people on the committee actually worked with Turning Point to bring 2 chapters to Oneida County, long before Turning Point was known the way it is now nationally. And so we already had a relationship, let's just say, with the Kirk organization. But Oneida County Committee never really got to know Charlie Kirk like I did, and the circumstances were very odd. If anyone would have said to me that Charlie Kirk and I would have been friends a year ago, I didn't even know who he was almost. And yet when the 21st Congressional District was trying to be decided back in January, Oneida County Committee stepped up to support many candidates who were not the favorites, let's just say, of the old guard. And one of them was a guy named Josh Parker. All right? And Josh Parker was a good candidate, but the reason I even bring this up is because he was a very young guy, and because he was 27 years old, many of the chairmen did not think he should be picked as a congressperson, even have a chance. I disagreed. And because I disagreed, I just felt like it was reasonable to say, let's give him an even shot like everybody. And then out of the blue, Charlie Kirk called me to simply say, thank you for doing something you didn't have to do, that actually made it hard on you because I wasn't the favorite within the group by then. But he called up to say that I'm calling you up, and I thought he was joking with me when he said, I'm Charlie Kirk. I thought someone was just playing a game with me. But we ended up, in a very, very short time, becoming friends. And exchanged a lot of texts. We had a lot of phone calls. And one of the reasons I tell you this is because Charlie Kirk knew who the Oneida County Committee was, not because of who we backed, but because of the honesty that we showed as a committee. And I have seen this over and over, not just with Charlie. And as a matter of fact, to make our story short, and then I'll get to it because we have to get to more important stuff. Charlie Kirk invited me because of that act that he thinks that it was so benevolent to be his guest. He asked my wife and I to be his guest at the president's inauguration in January. And quite frankly, for those that knew were there, we had our own inauguration party that was live while the president was being sworn in. And so I told Charlie that I appreciated sincerely the invitation, but I couldn't go because of our own party. He then turned around and said, "What a great committee you have. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come up to Oneida County for a free fundraiser for you guys." Now that isn't done by anybody in this political business at all. And so up until the time when Charlie met his demise, we were in the middle of negotiating Charlie coming here. So I said this to you only because I think it is systemic of what the nature of the Oneida County Republican Committee is. We are true Republicans who support President Trump. We are grassroots. We believe that everybody should have a fair shot within our political system. And so I just want to tell you that I think that what we're doing as a committee is moving ahead. We have a lot of people now that are asking to join us because it's no longer the old way, it's the new way. And I think that tonight is representative of the fact that I reached out to Bruce. He had no idea I was calling him because I just wanted to make sure that if for some reason, any reason, that Elise could not make it tonight, that our group, our county, our committee knew who the other candidate was that's running for governor. That's my responsibility to make sure that we do that. So I called him, and Bruce said yes, instantly. It wasn't even whatever. And he knew at the time he had an interview with CNN that he was supposed to do, and yet he still canceled CNN to come here for us. I think. I hate me to say this for the fifth time tonight, but on the way here, when the news broke nationally that what was happening, he was asked, depends ordered, I don't know, but he was supposed to go back to meet with national media because that's where the games played and won and lost in the big metros. And instead he said, "No, I gave my word." And so he's here. And so with that, I want to ask Mr. Blakeman, who I think should be our next governor, to please support him. He needs people out there making positions, he needs people knocking on doors, he needs people making phone calls, he needs help, and we're here to help you, Bruce. And so thank you for coming. I really appreciate it, and you have all of our respect, and thank you for respecting our committee by coming.
Be bold, be you, and let your soul shine.